Hello and welcome to this new podcast. Here today we're going to share with you some of the tricks that are useful for conducting a large bibliometric search and analyzing all these data in bibliometrix with the R package bibliometrix. And the first thing that we are going to discuss is how we deal with the problem of retrieving large amounts of bibliographic records from Scopus. So let's put an example. Let's say we are interested in retrieving the information of all the published articles in the Journal of Consumer Psychology, so to speak. So one of the things that we can do is to put Journal of Consumer Psychology, and here in the information search criteria we make sure that we select source title. This is just an example because we can also choose the ISSN, or the number of the International Series Standard Series, as another equivalent search information criterion. So let's hit on the search button, and obviously we are going to retrieve a number of different published paper in this journal. In this case we retrieve 1,133 documents. As this number is less than 2,000, we have no problems at all by selecting this all tiny square option and hitting on the export button and selecting the Bibtex file. We also make sure of having selected the bibliographic information and the abstract and keywords if we are interested in text mining the information of the abstract, and also the include references option, so we can be able to retrieve the references that are quoted in each of these articles. So by hitting on the export button, we will see that we will be able to retrieve a Scopus.bib file that we can use later on for analytical purposes. But what happens if we are interested in retrieving way much larger number of the records that we already retrieved by searching in the Journal of Consumer Psychology? Well, let's say that we are also interested in downloading published papers in the Journal of Consumer Psychology or in the Journal of Consumer Research. So once again we can put the name of this journal and select source title. By hitting in the search button, we will see that now we have 3,263 documents from this search criterion that we are selecting here. So if I hit on the Alt button and hit on the Bibtex export, we got this message. The amount of documents you have selected for export is available with citation information only. So if we select Bibtex, only the first 2,000 documents will be downloaded. Otherwise, exports of all documents to a CSV file, citation information only will retrieve. But if we want to retrieve the whole information, a possibility is to split the record in different periods. Let's say, for instance, we will split the last 5 years. Well, the sum of these 5 years rarely achieve 1,000, so we have to select more years. Let's say 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's select the last 11 years. We say limit 2. Okay, by selecting the last 10 years, we got 1,005 181 documents that we can download without any problem. Note that we are retrieving Scopus 21.bib, and obviously we can go back and select previous years to download a second bib file to retrieve all the information we have. So we deselect, we can say exclude, and now we have 1,682 documents that once again we can download all at once by hitting the Bibtex export. And now we will get another Scopus bib file. This one is Scopus 22. And then the process of merging all this information consists of open both of these files with a text editor. I highly recommend to use the TextMaker editor because this software allows us to manipulate Bibtex files. Let's go find the download folder in which we download our document. So let's say let's open Scopus 21. Alright, and now let's also open Scopus 22. Let's wait a little bit for Scopus 22. Open. We have to be a little bit patient about this process. And okay, now it opened. So we can select all these records by hitting Ctrl A in the keyboard. Let's copy it and put it up in the first line of our Scopus 21.bib file. Obviously, this action will produce a much larger file containing the whole information of the two files that we had. Okay, now we paste it and we can save this. Let's save it as consumer research, and let's save it as a bib. Okay, save it. Oh, it saved it as a text file. We have to specify save as consumer research as a bib file. Bib file, and that's it. So now we have the possibility to open this file in RStudio as a standard or regular file. Okay, let's wait for RStudio to launches. Here we have RStudio, and just for illustrative purposes, I'm not going to use the console. I'm going to call library bibliometrix. Library bibliometrix, and it's a little bit slow. And then we can call the biblioshiny function. This will open our internet browser as a graphical user interface. And here on the load button, obviously we have to select Scopus, hit on the browse button, and then we can call the consumer research bib and hit the start conversion button. You will see that this process will allow us to convert this bib file as a standard Excel-like file. You will see the conversion progress on the lower part of our screens, which means that the computer is processing all of our information. We have to wait for it, and hopefully we will have the possibility of viewing and manipulating the information that is contained in this bib file. So let's wait for it just a little bit. It's uploading. It's uploading. And here we are. Now we have a similar Excel file that we can use for knowing the main information about the collection. We will get here a summary of our files. As we see, we have 3,263 documents retrieved from 4 sources, including books, journals. Note that in the case of our search, we use only Journal of Consumer Psychology and Journal of Consumer Research. And now we can proceed by using all these functions that we have here. So that's it.